Sorry, no lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento. No lo siento. No lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento. No lo siento. No lo siento. Sorry, no lo siento.
Hey, it's
Bling
420.
bling. It's 420.
Oh, glad I turned my phone on silent.
So, new episode, feeling with Cole or what?
Hoping to record that when
How is it? How is it like going back to recording that since you haven't done it in so long?
I don't know, because for me, recording by myself is so easy because I could just.
Well, no, I'm not even saying that. It's just like you have to get into a certain mind frame for healing with Nicole, right? It's not just. It's not random. It's not randomness. It's not outline. Like
There's no outline with healing with Nicole.
That's
I
what I'm
just sit
saying.
down and I just flow.
So it's more. It's more feeling based.
Yeah.
Like you feel this way, so I'm gonna record.
Yeah.
But you haven't been doing it in so long, so that's what I mean. Like, does it feel weird to just? Like, do you feel like you're just starting out of nowhere instead of instead of rolling it out? It's just kind of like here. Like, you know, that's what I mean. Is it weird?
A little bit, because I had this plan in my head because I don't do outlines, but I was like, oh, I could talk about this and oh, I could talk about that. And then I'm just like, okay, this trip happened. And then now that's what I'm going to talk about, you know? And so much happened on the trip. So I'm like, oh, okay. So it's just in my mind. I kind of been thinking about it this week. Like, okay, things that I want to talk about in the episode.
Right.
Because so much happened on the trip.
But I mean, stuff has been happening since you stopped recording, but you haven't felt the need to go record. So that's what I mean. Like,
yeah. I don't know. This was the
that inspiration.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I gotta record about this. And
it usually be those trips, to be honest, the little vacation trips that kind of cause that that
spark of motivation. So
I mean, the reason I asked that is because, you know, like I've also been having thoughts about bringing back, you know, Conspiracy. And it's not like I'm sitting on this thought where I'm just like dwelling over it, like, man, should I not, should I bring it? It's not even that, but sometimes, not even sometimes. Just the other day, I was just going through all my content, right? I was going through all my content. I'm like, wow, I have all this video still that I like. I don't have video for every Conspiracy episode, but for the ones that towards the later, like the last probably 20, 30 probably 20 episodes I have video for. So I'm like going through them. I'm like, wow, I have all this video, and I just chopped up a reel real quick. Real quick.
I know, that's funny. That should be a reel.
And when I was doing it, I'm like, man, like I kind of want to bring this back, but I feel weird. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just me. Like I said, no one cares about any of this. No one's even paying attention to any of this. I think I just look at it. I look at how I drop and how I present things as if I were my own consumer. So that's why too, I'm just like, wow, why would I just bring this back out of nowhere? Like, I have to do something dope for it. Like, cause to me, it's so easy to record, right? Like that's the easiest part. The easiest part is to create the content for the pod. Like that's, to me, that's the easiest part. So I don't struggle with trying to find a guest and trying to bring something back and finding a topic to talk about. That's easy. But then it's just like, I did that already, you know? So it's like, how would I make this doper to me, you know?
To you, because I feel like
to me,
you are your worst critic. You know,
I just know what's dope, but I'm not there yet, so I don't know.
I don't know, cause see, with this episode that I want to record, I've been lagging. Like, it's just like dragging to me, like creating the content for Healing with Nicole, cause I'm like, I still have to do season 2 on my Instagram, which is not that hard. I could honestly do it in one day. But then it's like I get caught up in my Healing with Nicole content. I get caught up in the Sorry No Lo Siento. And I have to say this, I enjoy doing the Sorry No Lo Siento. I prioritize the Sorry No Lo Siento. So then it's like Healing with Nicole, it's like I just want to put out audio and just be like, do what I do. That's what I did before.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at the same token, it's like, I will say this about Sorry, No, Lo Siento. I'm really excited. We got a lot more followers, and that made me really like motivated and happy. I think we're at 130 right now. And I'm not huge on looking at numbers, but it just feels good to be like, wow, we have like a new chunk of people following the page, And
it's only 14 episodes. I'll be tripping at that. This is episode what? 15, right?
15, yes.
Plática 15, but still it's just. But that's what I mean. Like when you're saying that you could like you've been dragging out the Sorry No Lo Siento stuff, and you have to do all of season 2. But that's exactly what I mean. Where you can't just drop out of nowhere. Like you still have to do some type of prep before you release Healing with Nicole, whatever.
Yeah,
the new
right.
episode. That's what I mean.
That's where I feel this. This is how I work as a creative, because I'm like, oh, I could record the podcast at any time.
Yeah.
But the minute I record the podcast, I'm going to want to drop it.
Right.
And so what motivates me is like, maybe I should record it and then give myself 24 hours to catch up to, hit the algorithm and catch up with all the Healing with Nicole podcast content.
Right.
And then boom, just drop it. That's what I think in my head. But like I said, for Sorry No Lo Siento, it's real easy because it's like we have someone helping us, you know what I'm saying, do the social media. So it's like,
shout out to them for real.
And then like, it's easy to go over there, look, okay, let me go comment, let me go like, because I'm going to support our page, obviously. Like, and shout out to the people who do leave comments, because then I like to personally leave a comment from time to time, you know what I mean? Or share it to my stories or, all I'm
gonna say, Nicole, is just wait till I have that flip in me. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen, and I think it's gonna be once I have this trip in October. Because usually when I'm on vacation is when I get drunk and then I start recording myself, and that's when I start like I'm gonna promote Sorry No Lo Siento on there all drunk. I'm like and that thing, I need that switch in me, and then who knows, maybe. I don't like to place all my just my belief into like the energies and the numbers and everything like that. But
right. You gotta do.
I just have a feeling that me after my birthday I'm gonna be in a different energy. So I don't know. I just don't know if I know I'm gonna have that flip somewhere within the next 2 years. Maybe after the enemy year. I just know that this year, next year are probably why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. And things are going the way they're going. Like 2022 has been it's been a bad year. Like this year can just go down the drain, like, to be honest. And I still have my head up. I'm still out here optimistic. I'm still out here positive. Yes, I have my moments. I'm human. I doubt. I have the doubt, the fear, and you have all that, the mental health, whatever, that entails.
Right.
And I check myself. But this year has been bad, from losing my dad to just everything my family's been going through. My mom yesterday, she hit me up. She goes, "This really ain't our year. Your brother just got in an accident, blah blah blah." And it's just like,
oh my gosh.
And luckily, nothing happened to him at all. But it's just obstacles. We have the Plática of that Plática, and it's just obstacles after obstacles. But like that episode was just about this pot stuff obstacles. But there's life obstacles that constantly are happening, like right after each other. And I feel like I've been playing catch up this whole year. And amongst all that going on, with all the chaos going on this year, I still have this smile on my face. I still show up every week. We still give content. I still, worry about this. And like, it's crazy. Because right now I'm thinking about it. Like, it's been a crazy year, and we're still here. We're still trucking along. We're still recording.
Yep, we are.
And it ain't. And I'm realizing like stuff like this ain't for the easy, man. Like it really ain't. Like even right now too, I've been talking to people, even this person at work that she wants to start a podcast. She can't tell, I want to start a podcast, mijo, blah, blah, blah. And I've been kind of helping her, like, pick a name, find what you want to talk about. And, but even that is just like, I'm like helping her, but in my head, I'm like, people think this is just fun. And it is, right? It is fun, but people want to take it serious, but they don't know how to take it serious. And people don't have the patience to wait for this to flourish into something. Right, so I'm like chopping it up with her. I'm like trying to help her figure out the name and everything. But then in my head I'm thinking like, why am I doing this? Like, is this gonna go somewhere? Are you really about this? Or is this just some work stuff that we're just having fun being creative at work and, you know, chopping it up about what you want to do with this pod. But are you going to be there every week? Are you going to, you know, really come with opinions? Are you really going to come with you know, are you really going to be stressing this? Because I'm also realizing I don't want to be the only one stressing over this no more. And until I find people that are equally stressed about this, just like me, then I'm cool being solo up until then.
But do you think that maybe some people just want to start a podcast as a hobby and that's okay too?
That's okay, but don't talk to me about helping you create it.
So you are more interested on assisting someone who is more on the business mindset of making this
serious.
If it's a hobby, you're kind of just like, go learn on YouTube.
Yeah. No, just get on Zoom and do Zoom calls and record it. Just do that. You get me? Like, and some people, but look at, that's how she approached it too. She said, you know, I kind of want to start one with some, like, you know, she named this one person that he doesn't work with us anymore. And he's in a whole different state. And she's like, yeah, you know, maybe I was thinking about doing it through Zoom. And I'm like, that's cool. You know, that's cute. But I think that's why people get bored of, you know, their type of potting, because I would get bored just being on a computer potting, recording, and that's it. Like, like, I mean, just doing it the same way, you know, for a long time. Eventually, I would get some type of little camcorder and do something. It wouldn't even be to this extent, but it would definitely just be, you know, elevating the whole thing. So, and I just been wishing that someone, and like I said, the switch is gonna come eventually. I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna just be so talkative on Instagram, where I'm gonna just start posting stuff like, yo, anybody in the IE want to start a pod, reach out to me. Who's serious about starting a podcast? Who's looking for a space? And depending on how, if I see what they're like, if they already start one and I see, okay, I can elevate this, then cool. That's different. They already kind of started an idea, and I'm just gonna you know, strengthen the idea. But if it's someone that I'm gonna start from scratch with, then yeah, like, come through. Let's talk about, you know, how you want it to look, how you want it to sound, what you want it to be about. You know, I want to say the name of the one we came up with at work, but like, it's a fire name, and I'm telling her like, yo, there's no the name doesn't exist. And the thing that, I mean, this is what I mean when I say people don't know, like, some people don't know what to do when it comes to pod, because she even goes, mijo, so I was like on TikTok the other day, right? And I don't know, I'm second guessing myself about the pod, and I'm like, why? And she goes, because there's people that already talk about what I want to talk about.
Okay, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You put your sazon on it. Like, oh, that's like saying I'm not going to cook because everybody's already cooking the same thing. Like,
exactly. So when she said that, and this is what I mean, where people don't get the creative space. Like, that's such a like elementary thing to say. Cause when you really peep the landscape of just this media game, and just, you know, this podcast stuff or whatever, just being creative online, like you would see like, okay, and so this is what I told her. I was like, who cares, me, huh? I was like, I talk about what other people talk about, but no one's me. And then she goes,
right.
She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, look, me and you can talk about the same thing in different ways, and some people might like how I say things, and some people might like how you say things. And that's how you get your fans and you get your people to mess with you, your supporters. Is they have to like you. It's not about what you're saying, really. It's about you. How do you make people fall into what you're saying, like, and just like you as a personality? And we're just in the day and age of, you know, women empowerment, so it's gonna work, especially if you're like a modern age like mom. You know, like 31-year-old mom.
Podcasts are very successful. So
no, I'm gonna bleep this, but like, you know, she came up to me that day and was like, yo, I found out what I want to talk about on the pod. And I'm like, what? And she goes, Mom's Gone Wild. And I said, that's a fire name, not even a topic. That's a fire name. So then right away, my brain, you know, starts working. I get on my phone, Google the name. Tell me why only porn stuff came up.
Okay, so
I told her that, and she goes, well, that actually will help us, right? And I'm like, yeah, like, this name would actually help you, and like, people are gonna tap in just based off the name,
based off the name.
Yeah. So, and then I'm like, yo, as this, one of our coworkers, I'm like, ask her to be your co-host. I'm like, she, like, you need that other side of the personality like that. So we've been talking about it. I don't know if she's serious or not about it, but I'm just putting it out into the air, man. If you're in the Inland Empire, if you're in the LA area, if you're looking to start a pod, hit me up. I'm down to help you produce it. I'm down to help just execute. And yeah.
He's putting it out there. Also, I would like to challenge you to put a poll on your Instagram asking your followers, do you want me to bring back Conspiracy? That is my challenge for you. Because as soon as I see that, I'm going to go vote on both my accounts.
Okay.
I want to see. You don't have to count my votes. You can see. I just want to see. Because I want you to see how there is still... I'm not tooting your horn. I'm not, putting dubs on a Pinto. I'm being very honest. There are not a lot of people out there who are doing what you did, or
the conspiracy thing, the way I did it.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It was very hip hop conspiracy based.
And there's just so, like we've talked behind the scenes, there's so much that you could do with that. And I know that money is a motive, but you are also very passionate as well. So it only makes sense for you to generate revenue from something that you're passionate about.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, what really inspired me though, like when I really started considering bringing back his conspiracy, is that I haven't checked my plays in so long. I go on the other day, almost even like the Good Brother episodes, all over 400 plays. I'm just like, yo.
That's nice.
I'm like, yo, I go on there and I'm like, all these I've got in place because they weren't even at 200-300. So I was just like, yo, what the? And that's when I obviously, like, numbers make us feel better, and we see likes. Oh my God. So I seen that, it was like, I gotta bring this back. Because then I go on Siento SoundCloud and it's like 20. I was like, damn. Like,
but this is,
but
like,
I remember when I'm not
yeah,
even
this is a little baby,
I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. I remember I used to get hyped when I dropped my first episode, and I would get like plays like that, 15 plays. 20. I'm like, yo, this is cool. But man, I gotta bring back conspiracy just because, money.
Yeah. But I want to see the poll results.
The money is the motive. All right. Well, let's get into today's Plática, good sister. Today's Plática is about dinero.
Money. Yeah. Cash, coins, crypto, gold, silver.
Yes. Bienvenidos a otro capítulo de Sorry, no lo siento.
Hi.
We're back. Healing with Nicole's back.
I'm back. I made it.
Our Mija's back in the building. Shout out to the good brother Dennis B. Messiah for holding it down last week.
Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate you.
Muchas gracias, Dennis. Go check out the episode 14, La Plática de Men's Mental Health. One time. No tengo dinero y nada que dar. Lo único que tengo es amor para dar. Bars.
Ooh, that's hard.
Bars. Shout out to Juan Gabriel.
Yeah.
I said, why not? This fits the episode today because I don't got no money. Estoy pobre, mijos y mijas.
You can't say you're poor.
Wait, what?
I said you can't say you're poor because you're abundant in other ways in life.
Oh, good sister.
It's all a mindset too.
Yeah. All that.
All that.
I hear none of that.
I know you don't.
Soy pobre y broke. I know. If you keep calling yourself broke, you're always gonna be broke. You can't be saying you're broke. You're just not financially stable yet, and blah 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 blah.
You know.
But the song's so fitting because this song's like the perfect song for like when you're a broke boy, but you got good, you know what to give.
Wow. And for those listening, you'd have to figure that one out.
Sí, señor. Nuevo día, nueva semana, nuevo capítulo. Sorry, no lo siento. Aquí estamos. Chris X Matt. Cristóbal
Healing
X
with
Mateo.
Nicole. Oh, okay.
I gotta start saying that. I gotta start saying Cristóbal X Mateo.
Cristóbal X Mateo. Put it on a sticker.
For real.
That's
But
the backup account. Yo, you should see if that exists on social media and then do that's your backup account.
Cristóbal X Mateo.
Yo, I'm just saying.
That's my son, lo siento. Finsta.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, man. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. You guys can be anywhere in the world, but you right here tapped in with Sorry, no lo siento. I don't care if it's
us.
10 of you, 15 of you, 20 of you guys. Thank you for being here so early in this journey with us.
Thank
Because when
you.
we up there and it's stuck, you guys will be like, yo, I remember when you guys were talking about little dumb stuff like cleaning. But no one talking about cleaning like us. That's honestly what I pride myself about this show. Like, yeah, like that's why probably some people don't even push play, because it's like, I don't want to hear about cleaning, but it's how we talking about cleaning, how we talking about today money, how we talking about summer vacation, how we like we talk about it in a different way. It ain't just about like, oh yeah, it's a summer vacation, so we did this and that. Like, nah, we take it to the past, we take you to present time, we take it to how maybe we want to do stuff in the future. Like it's Sorry, no lo siento, man.
Yeah.
I pride myself on this, man. Like, for real.
Yeah.
But for real, man. Thank you for being here. Before we get into the Plática, I just got to play this because it's only right. Hey. One day, I'll be laughing straight to the bank, too.
Right?
That's the thing too. I say I'm broke, but I know it's not my whole life. I know that for a fact.
Temporary.
I already see this life that I want to live in my head, and isn't that what the spiritual people say? You gotta envision it. You gotta see yourself there.
You gotta feel it.
I gotta feel it. I live a lifestyle I can't even afford right now, but hey, that's another story. I get money I got. I should have not played that because that's all the music I have for today. Nah, I'm lying.
Just kidding.
I actually want to start with this for this Plática because the other day at work I was listening to DJ Quick, right? And he obviously has that famous saying, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. And I've said that phrase myself too, you know, in the past. I've said, not to the extent of like to someone, but I've said it like as far as regarding to this podcast, me podding is like, you know, I'm not making no money. So to a lot of people, this don't make sense. Like, you're investing all this time and energy and emotions into this, but you're not seeing a profit at all in this. So why it don't make sense? Why are you stressing about this and, you know, losing money over this? And then I started thinking, like, I don't like that saying. I don't like it because anything you do at first isn't gonna make you dollars.
It's not. I also think that if you go into the mindset of just wanting to make money, then you get hyper focused on only making money and not really enjoying the whole process. And I think that people who are successful are passionate first
about making money or
about whatever it is, and then it attracts the money.
Right, but how long do you think someone will do that? How long do you think they'll do it until, you know, it don't make sense anymore to do it?
I was going to quote something, but I'm not positive, but I know that the IRS will consider your business like a hobby first. And like, if you don't make money from a business, eventually the IRS will be like, this is a hobby. This isn't a business.
And I've heard that quote too. And that's what I mean. Like to someone like me that, you know, that isn't making no money off this, like, yeah, it messes with not my ego, but it makes me look at it a certain way. Like, am I wasting my time? You know, because then the next quote comes into mind, which is like, is it meant to be? Mm-hmm. Like how do you know when something's meant to be for you, or if you're forcing it? Like how, like when does that come into, like, when does that become like when does that come into play?
So that's really interesting you say that. And I always feel like when we do have a topic, there's like all these synchronicities during the week. Like, oh, I watched a video, or
yeah.
So I watched this YouTube video. I don't know if I sent it to you, but she is a creator. She's a creative on YouTube. And sometimes I'll be listening to stuff while I'm working.
The one you said that the dishwasher's in the back?
Huh?
The one with the dishwasher in the back?
No, not that one. No, that was driving me nuts. I guess somebody was at her house, and so the clinking of the dishes was driving me crazy because I had my Beats headphones on, and so I could just hear the clinking, and it was just like...
Send this over to Mitch.
I was just like, you know, different person. Right. But this YouTuber was talking about how she wanted to show people how long it took her to monetize her YouTube, and how the journey was challenging because she's like, I'm a full-time creative, but I also she has like her own business where she helps creatives, you know, get more followers.
Right.
You know, she started like that, how you talk about editing podcasts and doing things like that. So that was like the side thing, and then her YouTube channel. So she showed how, I think she started either in 2018 or 2019. Uh-huh. And she just hit like 100K like in revenue on YouTube. And so she was saying this didn't happen overnight.
I understand that.
It took some time.
And that's why go ahead, I'm sorry.
And even now that she's at like, I don't know, she has like a gang of subscribers. I mean, like probably 100K subscribers. But she even struggles. She's like, I even struggle sometimes with views or what content to put out. But she's like, it rarely happens overnight. The problem is that we see, you know, like TikTok stars. Oh, she's that one young girl. I don't even know her name, with all the little dances or whatever that blew up. That's just like, doing some little whatever. She blew up. She's making money. That's fine. But I think the problem with social media is that it makes you focus on that only. Like, oh, it happens overnight. How come I didn't get those results? But then you have real people
with real jobs, with real
lives.
Responsibilities.
And what I like about this woman is that there were videos that I watched from her, because I've been following her this whole time. Mm-hmm. That's what I have, like an eye for people that I see are going to grow. So I'm like, oh, let me follow them. Mm-hmm. And there was a video where she was crying. She was so real on her YouTube. She was like, I don't even know if I'm going to keep doing this. And so it's like, I think that the algorithm or whatever conditions us to see like all these like, oh, 1 million followers. Oh, she made it. Oh, she has all these sponsorships. But in reality, like the real people doing it and the real grind takes time.
It takes time. It's not overnight. And
it's not overnight.
I totally understand.
I wish it was. I wish it would just blow up and just.
But that's why I don't like that quote. You know, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, because you have to put some type of time in. I think the quote just needs to be like, you know, tweaked a little bit. You just have to put a time limit, I guess, on it, right? But see, like, it's tricky, like all that. Like, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Is it meant to be, or are you forcing it? Because I know I love this. I know it's what I love to do, and it's a passion of mine. So you can't tell me I can't do this. But what if it's not destined for me to be a podcast? Like, what if that's not but then again, I start thinking, well, I can create that for myself. I can co-create what I want to, live in. So that's why I don't like hearing all that stuff. Oh, it's not meant to be, or not this, is not that. It's just like, I think anything's meant to be. It might take you 20 years to get there. It might take someone else 5. It might take someone else 1, 2, but I think anybody can do anything regardless of, time. I don't think time matters. I think the only reason that quote even exists is because we just live in this money matrix. We live in this system where, money has to pay bills. Money has to we're working our whole lives basically for what? For money. And then what is the money for? To pay for resources, to pay for, materials, whatever you want to, however you want to truly live your life is why we work.
And also, I'm just going to throw this in here. We work and we don't even get our full money because of taxation. And that's a whole nother plática, but taxation is theft. But, yeah, you don't even get all your money. I literally just looked at my paycheck stub for something and I was like, wow, that's a lot of money that they take out.
No, for real.
And I'm like,
especially in Cali. Go somewhere where they don't take state taxes out.
That's what I need
Utah,
to do.
No, Nevada, Texas, Florida.
So we were in Montana. In this part of Montana, there was no sales tax or something. I don't know. Everything was very cheap.
Wow.
Lightweight felt kind of rich.
You had Mexico money in Montana?
That's what it felt like. I was like, what?
Really? They're like, no one comes over here, so everything's cheap.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. We went out to eat and my boyfriend ordered a beer and he even looked at it and he was like, at the bill, and he was like, beers are only $3. And it's like in Cali, it's like $7 for a beer.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
That's fact, though.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, it don't matter if it don't make you no money.
Do what makes you happy.
It makes sense to you, just do it.
Yeah.
If you're not putting it, some people are more blessed than others as far as having the liberty to do what they want without stressing about bills.
Mm-hmm.
That's why next week when we talk about change, I want to talk about that. I've never, since I've been partying and since I've been in this creative journey, I've never been pressured to pay mortgage, pay rent, pay utilities, pay all this. It's just a lot more on my plate now. So I used to create I used to create from a place where it don't matter if it made no money, because I have all the time right now. I make good money at work. I pay for what I have to pay for and I can just create freely. But now I do feel rushed and I do feel like, okay, this is not making anything. So what am I doing? And I've never felt like that. So
you're feeling a sense of urgency.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's how I kind of feel sometimes, with my business, and it's so many things that go through our minds as an entrepreneur, as a creative, trying to break free. It's a lot. And sometimes I feel like I'm blocking I'm just blocking a lot of just opportunities, I think, and blessings because I just don't want to just change the environment. Change it up, bro. Change is good. I think I've been I just been very fearful of the change, like most people are. And and I think it's really holding me back, and I'm now just noticing it. Mm-hmm. But that's where, for example, when I came back from Montana, so prior to me leaving, my esthetician Jason, he was like, "Oh, do you want to be a model for this esthetician class? We're going to be doing a workshop." And I was like, I'm really weird about in-person connections, but for whatever reason, when he asked me, I was just like, yeah, immediately. There was no second guess. There was no bad feeling. I was just like, yeah, sure. And then he goes, "Oh, great. Thank you." He's like, "I really appreciate it." And then he's like, "If you have some business cards, you should bring them."
Yeah.
And then the light goes off and I'm like, I don't even have business cards. So I hurry and create these business cards before I left. So they got delivered while I was gone. But then here's the really interesting part is that I'm always so I have connections with you, Morgan, all these people online, but I'm never really trying to venture out in my own community.
I know you're talking about.
Fowler.
I know.
And so then when I went and I talked to all these people and they were like, oh my gosh, you should host a workshop or do this, or we would love to attend something in person. And I was like, this whole time I've been blocking myself because I have been just really hesitant to make those in-person connections, which in turn can generate me some money.
That's
So-
see? Yeah. It's time. It's time
We
to
block
start.
ourselves, you know, like before we can point the finger at anyone else, we need to see all the fingers that are pointing back at ourselves and what we
It's always us.
cause. Yeah.
Because even me, as much as I complain about a team, right? As much as I complain about people, I want people to come help me do other stuff. Like, bro, if I can still change. I can still even just create something for myself. If I didn't really care about a team and all that stuff, man, I just go heavy on the social medias. This is all I need. I have a mic and a camera right here. This is the only podcast I need right here. This is the only equipment I need right here. And I can get to myself. I can get myself to a level even way higher than I am right now by myself. I understand that, but I just know that when to take it to the next level is going to eventually mean, get a team on board. But I'm trying to skip all that and just get a team already. That's a thing with me too, and I understand that. Like I'm trying, and I think because the pods that I look at, the pods that I study, I try to move like them, and it's like I'm not even you can't. I mean, for the most part I have been, right. Like it's been a baby version of them,
Right, but you can't walk before you crawl.
Right, but I feel like I did the crawling already since the last few pods. So, yeah, I guess it's a certain level of success I'm trying to emulate, but Chris X Matt, it doesn't ring no name. It has no brand. It's nothing big like that. Like, you can say Joe Budden, and that's all you have to say. I'm not nowhere near there yet. I don't have a following. I don't have any type of nothing crazy like that. So, and most people that start podcasts that have big podcasts are people that already had a following, that people that already had something going on. They just brought over to whatever,
Right.
Like today I seen Sam One post I guess she reposted someone she did a podcast with, and there's a makeup artist again, I guess a gay makeup artist. But I'm like, oh, who's this podcaster? Because I'd be peeping all the podcasting, so whenever I see people do interviews, I go check them out. Because I never seen that person, and I guess the podcast is called Una Noche I forgot what it's called. But the makeup artist had 150K followers. So because it was like, oh yeah, check out episode 31, with Sam Warner. So I'm like, episode 31. I'm like, if she's doing podcasts with 31 episodes, like she should be able to do mine. Like I think I can pull it off to get her on. But then I go on the guy's page and 150K followers. I'm like, that's why. But that's why they have a pod. Because people like me that do production or that doing all this, they see those accounts and it's like, yo, bro, like, you're just talent. Like those people don't know nothing about equipment, about mics, about mixing, about nothing like that. But you have the following. You already have the audience. So let's just throw a mic and a camera in front of you, and we'll monetize it even more.
And I think that is something that you should venture into more.
Yeah, but the way the social media is set up, I have to do a lot of dumb stuff to get lit quick.
See,
Nicole, what am I gonna do that's gonna get me get me cracking ASAP?
I'm not doing, like I said, I've done the certain little things, but I follow more and more people who are just not doing the trends. The real. Some people are very against reels, but I think you could make some really simple reels, and you don't have to do anything so wild. But I remember your
longer.
Well, I mean, I remember your birthday when you were out there at the club.
Yeah.
I mean, that was some rich content.
No, it was.
You know what I mean? Like, I was like,
throwing money.
And the money was
I was the only one in there throwing money too. I was hot. And I wasn't even throwing big money. That's why I was even more mad. Like, I only got $200 on me. No one throwing money in here? Like, what are you guys doing? Yeah.
That was great content. I will say that.
Right, but see, I need like that type of content. Look at Nicole, when I posted that, everyone was replying to my messages. Every single body replied to that message. When I posted my dad, the funeral, everybody, that it's just certain things that are gonna get you up quicker.
Yeah.
You know, so, but I think the key is just to post all day, every day. Like, don't stop, just keep posting it. That's how you hack the algorithm. You gotta make it known that I'm here, bruh, and I post this many times throughout the day, and yeah, you just gotta keep doing that. It's just a fast paced environment, and the way I don't even like social media is so hard. So that's why I know that flip will come. It's coming soon. I know that flip's gonna come soon, where I'm just like, I'll go back to just doing what I used to do. You know, posting myself. You know, when I used to cook stuff, when I used to just be listening to music. You know, when I was hanging out with the homies, me smoking, like I used to just post little things like that, and I stopped doing all that. You know, after this year, when this year started with everything that happened at the beginning of the year, I just kind of just because now all I post is the reels. That's all I post on my stories, and I just repost whatever the pages, the Siento post. I don't do any type of posting, so I don't know. But you want that money, you gotta start grinding and putting it just sucks because social media followers and likes is currency.
It is currency. It is.
And I hate that, but it's true. It's a type of money in itself.
Yeah, because if you have a lot of followers, you have a lot of likes, you have a lot of comments, then brands want to work with you.
Exactly.
You know, they want you to be their brand ambassador or promote their product.
I mean,
it is currency.
It is. It's currency, and I'm just, the hair's all messed up. Hold on. Oh, man. So how have you viewed money your whole life? Like, how do you look at money?
It's a love-hate relationship with money. I love it and I hate it. Hate is a strong word, but I feel like growing up, I'm gonna take y'all back. We didn't have a lot of money. You know, like I didn't have like the super brand name clothes. I mean, I grew up, lived in the same apartment building as my grandparents. We ate Spam in a tortilla.
You're lying.
Yeah, we ate the little Vienna sausages out of the can.
You're lying.
Swear, our apartment had like roaches or whatever. I never viewed us as poor. You know, I think because I grew up in a neighborhood where there were a lot of Hispanic and Pacific Islander people.
A regular.
I never saw it as like ghetto or whatever. But then when we moved to Sacramento, it was like, wow, we have a house. And like, you know, again, we didn't have like the coolest stuff, like the name brand or whatever. I mean, we would go to the outlets to get our clothes and stuff like that. My mom would teach me a little bit about stuff. Like she would have me like write the checks, but I never knew like, oh, you have to have money in the bank to write a check. I just knew like, she'd be like, this is the bill, write it on. I would just write the checks and then she would sign them. But it was never like, oh, you got to save or you got to there was never that real discussion.
Yeah.
And honestly, in school, they don't teach you that. So it's like, I knew about my parents having like financial trouble. Just because I would listen to conversations, just like, you know, and that kind of would worry me as a kid and like not understanding. Like, you know, sometimes we eat top ramen for lunch as a family, but my parents would put vegetables in it. But I never saw that as poor.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
Until later on in life. Yeah. I mean, I never had Jordans, you know what I mean? Or anything like that. So when I got older and I lived on my own, I could make money. That was the thing about me when I was younger, when I was on my own. I could make money, but I couldn't hold on to it. No one taught me to be like, you need to save. I was just a spender. And I feel like that comes from having wants or wanting so much in your childhood.
Yeah.
But then knowing that your parents maybe can't do it or you don't want to ask. So then once I started making money,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and at one point I used to work for a cable company.
Yeah.
And I was working 12-hour days. I was working overtime, but I had a car. I had bought my own car. Like my parents didn't buy me a car. I was never on their insurance. I never drove their car. I had my own car.
Yeah.
I had to figure out what insurance was. I had to figure out, you got to put gas in your car. You got to maintain your car.
Mm-hmm.
I would work 12-hour days, sometimes 6 days a week, just so that I can have the really nice clothes.
Oh.
So I could get my nails done, so I could get my toes done, so I could get my hair done. So that I had a roommate at the time. So that I can order takeout from a restaurant because I wanted to I was that person or would go eat at a restaurant by myself and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna get that. Nobody was telling me, oh, we can't order that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so obviously that only lasts for so long because it's like you're spending more than you're making.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's always been a challenge for me because I want, it's like an unresolved childhood thing because it's like, why can't I have this? Especially when I went to, 3 different elementary schools. I was supposed to go to a junior high school and ended up going to a junior high school in a predominantly white neighborhood where all these Caucasian kids have the brand name, Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Their parents have nice cars. My dad drove a Datsun. My mom had a gold Ford Escort.
Mm-hmm.
It was embarrassing, obviously, but at the end of the day, it's like you had a car. At least you had a car, but both cars didn't have AC. And then you go to high school, and these are the same kids who, their dad bought them a Mustang, and they got Jordans, and and it's like you just kind of look, and then you're like, okay.
You never got allowance growing up?
I never got allowance. My grandparents would give us money, but we didn't get no allowance. My dad was like, you're not getting allowance. You should be doing what we tell you to do around the house, and that's it.
Touché.
So, but that's where I feel like people are so judgmental about people who sell dope and people who hustle. But most of these people came from worse than I've had. And that's why the hunger for the money is so much. You know what I mean?
It goes back to if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Because you're working 40 hours in a week and you barely got anything to show for it. And if you come from nothing, eventually when you get to a certain age, you have to make up for not having nothing the last 20 years or something.
Yeah. And that's where I think that's why maybe even culturally, I feel like I see a lot of young Hispanic, Latino, Latinx kids who are stunting in Gucci and this. And I'm like, I get money. But I also feel like it comes from parents who come to this country and are like, okay, well, we want our kids to not be poor or they're, it's kind of dumb because you're not really teaching your kids.
And you also don't know who's really in credit. I mean, who's in debt and not.
That's another thing is a lot of people are in debt.
A lot.
And a lot. And so exactly, you don't know. That's where my money, it's I love money. I love having money.
I love money.
But I also money angers me. You know what I mean? Because
we don't have it.
Because we want
more.
Enough. It's never enough.
It's never enough.
It's this unquenchable thirst. For money.
I've always had this fascination with money since I was young. But see, I was I was young, and I remember my tias and my tios and all that, like during parties and stuff. I would always save the money they would give me. Like I used to get allowance when I was younger, and I would sometimes I wouldn't even do the chores. Most of the weeks I wouldn't even do them, but every Sunday, every domingo, I would get my domingo and get $20 every week, and I would just save it. And then when we would go out, my parents weren't even the type to be like, "Oh, we gave you money, use it." They would still buy me everything, still, you know. So I grew up like that, from the age of, man, since I've been probably 12 years old, I've had money. Now that I'm 28 years old now, and I feel the brokest my whole life, but I've had money since I was 14, 15, saving birthday monies. And then when 16 and a half, I went up to Chico, California, worked the whole summer, came back with 4 racks. Like I have not seen zero on my account since I was like 15 years old, 14 years old.
But the difference with that is when you're a teenager, okay, you still have your parents. But as you get older, there's taxes. You got to put gas in the car. You got to feed yourself. And then you remember why your parents would be like, no, we're going to eat at home.
Oh, no, I definitely understand that now that I'm older, too. I understand why mom would make spaghetti all the time.
Yeah.
But see, like, I guess growing up, we weren't rich, and I don't even want to say middle class. I'm pretty sure a lot of credit was being used back in the day, but I never looked at us being like poor, Like even the times, like now that I'm older, my mom talks to me about back in the day, the times where I thought we were up is the times that we were the most down.
See, but that's how parents, though. I think parents just know how to do it like that, to where you have as a kid, you don't have any idea for the most part.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, cool. Mom and dad have it figured out. But a lot of people don't. But nobody talks about that.
Yeah. And that's why I think even growing up, though, like I always thought people grew up how I grew up with, like, because like I never looked at us as rich, but we always had everything we needed. Everything we needed.
Right. You had a roof over your head, clothes, soap, toothpaste,
Yeah. Even clothes, though, like mom, my mom never liked even buying us thrift store clothes. She was like, I'll go to Mervyn's and cop the clearance before I go get you, secondhand clothes. Like that was just her thing.
Yeah, that's something my mom, because we had, like, growing up, we had these neighbors who would always like shop sometimes at Goodwill to get like toys or whatever. Like they'd use their money, and my mom's like, no.
Yeah.
We'll go to Mervyn's. Mervyn's was the spot. Like
Robinson May. Remember Robinson May? Yeah, we used to hit up all those. I used to be buying my South Pole, Echo. Mom always had us in good clothes. I remember one time my grandma went to the LA, the Callejones, and she came back with some fake etnies for me. Just like, oh, here's some shoes.
Yeah.
My mom did not want me wearing those shoes. She like you're not gonna wear that. Like that's from like no. So I blame my mom a lot for the way we are, like bouginess, but yeah. Money is it's tricky though. It's tricky because like I've never like we weren't poor. I know we weren't poor, but I know we didn't have a lot of money. I know we struggled, but come on, Nicole. Like I lived in a house that had a pool. Like, I grew up with a pool my whole life. I grew up with both parents my whole life. I'm the eldest. I never had to share anything. I didn't do hand-me-downs, none of that. Like that, I would have everything. So to me, it's like I never looked at it like that. Then when I get older, it's like then when my dad bought the house in Victorville, and then when we moved up the hill, we had a 2-story house now, and then bigger space, everything's new everything. And in my head, I'm thinking, oh, we up. And then now that I'm older, and my mom's like, yo, that's when we're in debt the most. And I remember when my mom was working 2 jobs. She was working for Bird Tech, and she was working for Kohl's. When my dad was driving down here, and it was a lot. And they were like, ended up getting like $40,000, in debt. And it was crazy. It's funny because I don't know how it is in your household, but I don't know which parent handles the finances. Because it's been both. Like it's been both in my household.
Both. Yeah, both.
Well, like before, it was my mom. My mom used to do them, and then. Cause my dad just didn't care. Like You know, my mom was.
That's exactly how it was. Like my mom used to do them, and now my dad handles.
My mom used to always handle it. My dad didn't care, but and my mom was never like my mom never controlled the money though. She wasn't like, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. She just always handled the finances, right? So my dad was just like, yo, whatever. But then eventually my dad started like, cause my dad's a very smart person too. So he started realizing like, yo, why are we just getting more in debt? Like he just couldn't figure it out. So he was like, you know what? Like I'll take over the thing. And when my dad took over the budgeting and the finances, that's when he got us out the debt too and everything. Like it took a while, but he got out the debt for sure. And you know, when he moved to South Carolina and everything, he started just he stepped into a whole different bracket of money, and we were just seeing a life that we weren't even used to. Like we thought we were solid, but and it was just growing. Like I could imagine in 10 years. It would have been up. But yeah, so then dad handles them. And then now I guess mom ended up started doing them again though. She did. After my dad got us out of the debt, my mom started handling them again. But it's always been an ongoing thing.
I think it's up and down for most people.
But has it ever caused issues in your parents' relationship? Or just let's take it off our parents. Like, have you seen money just cause issues? Like, have you seen money issues cause issues in relationships? Whether it be family, work, family, friendships, business.
Yeah, that
business for sure. But I'm talking. I guess I'm more family.
Like people borrowing money, I always see that go
sour,
go bad. Like,
family. Yeah, investing in family and borrowing from family is tricky.
Yeah, but yeah, it does, because there's just levels to it. Because I think like some people don't understand debt. That's just how they live. They don't understand debt because
the thing is normal
to just be set, and that's some people's lives. That's some people's like generations, like. And other people, it's like, okay, well, we got to figure it out. And how are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? Even like now, especially just with cost of gas, cost of food. Like literally, I went to so we have this store called Grocery Outlet.
Right. Heard of it.
And I like to go there because sometimes like when I go to Trader Joe's or Sprouts, I'll be like, this is expensive. And then you go to Grocery Outlet and I'm like, oh, this is the same item. Like
probably like probably a sooner expiration date, but whatever.
Correct. But it's like not going to expire tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe next month or like 2 months. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So I was at Grocery Outlet and I needed to get a couple things. Because I have a lot of organic stuff at a really good price. So sometimes I go there first to see if I could find certain things.
I'll start doing that.
Yeah. And this woman was with this man. They're about, I would say, in their late 50s. And she's looking at an item. And she had picked it up. And he was like, no. Just like that. And I was like, ew. And he was like, no, you got to wait until your money gets deposited. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, well, that might not be until the 1st. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just to see like people budgeting, struggling. Because like food, especially if you eat meat, like a quality, let's say that you eat quality food.
Did I tell you about this or no?
No.
I was gonna bring up my me buying meat again experience, but
you showed me you were cooking it, but you didn't tell me like.
But yeah, like you just took the thought out of my head. Like meat is so expensive, yo. So like I told myself I wasn't gonna start buying meat, right? I was like I'll start eating meat again, but I'm not gonna be buying it and like that. But I want to start cooking at home more, right? So I need stuff to cook, but I haven't bought meat in like 4 or 5 years, to be honest. And I understand inflation and everything going up, but then I'm like,
Right.
but see where I'm at now with it, not where I'm at with it now. Like I want to come back to eating meat and be open to more stuff now, but now I'm even more pickier because I can't go to the carne de aso al super to get my meat no more. I want USDA quality meat. Like I want
Grass fed,
yeah, exactly,
pasture raised,
all that. Like I want quality meat, and this is why I know that we kind of, to an extent, like should be eating meat, or it is for us, because if it wouldn't be so expensive, if good quality meat wouldn't be so expensive. If it was bad for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go to this business center, right? And I buy like dog. Well, it's called the business center, but they have like stuff for like businesses, right? And then you can buy like huge quantities of stuff. So I go to get the dog, like stuff for my dogs. And when I'm in there, I'm like I'm walking to the cooler, and I see the meat, and I'm like, and it's like it's not frozen or nothing. So I like it fresh. I'm not trying to do even fish too. I was trying to buy some fish, and I was just so thrown off by everything saying raised in a farm, fish raised in a farm. I'm like, yo, what? Like I'm cool off all this, like. And I want some good quality fish, but I want fresh fish too. I don't want frozen fish.
Right.
So me having this new level of information and me tapping back into the old ways of doing things, just in an improved way of doing it, it's pricey. And like you said, everything organic, everything is pricey. It makes you just not want to indulge. Like I be looking at sometimes at the meat prices, and I'm like, man, I just go buy some food. And then sometimes I go buy the food, but when I'm eating the food, I'm like, I think I'm doing something even healthier, but I'm not. Like this fish taco was probably fried in vegetable oil. Like it just all this stuff that just plays a factor into like you're not eating healthier, bro. So if you want to eat at home, cool, but you have to start cooking more and eating more greens. Like today, today when I got home from work, I was so excited to come home from work too, because yesterday I prepped some patties, right? Some burger patties. I bought some halal ground beef.
Nice.
Right? And I was at the business center, and I seen that, and I'm like, ooh, like good quality, 100% pure ground beef. I'm like, say less. And yeah, just made them into patties, seasoned them up, let them in the fridge, came home today. I got some, what are those buns called? The brioche?
Oh, the brioche buns. Those are
fire.
Good.
Got some of that, put some arugula in it.
Oh.
With the tomatoes, onions, and the only thing that was kind of bad was just the vegan cheese, because I just can't do regular cheese yet. And it was smacking. I'm like, and I was just sitting there eating it. I'm like, this is so fire. And I feel like I'm eating quality food. And it hits different.
It hits different because you made it, not some disgruntled person who hates their job.
Yeah.
You made it, and you were excited to make it, and the energy in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
Sometimes you go out to eat, and you're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I've been, but I don't want to get used to it, because I'm gonna start spending money, and
It's a lot.
Yes. Like I bought some like little sirloin steaks too. There was it was like a 4-pack of them. They were cheap. I mean, it was pretty cheap. It was like $22, for the 4-pack. Small little steaks, but I just looked at it. I'm like, well, that's a good serving. I'm like, I can eat that with like some asparagus and some mashed potatoes,
Yeah.
And so I bought them, and I made that the other day, and I cooked it with some potatoes and some bell peppers and some mushrooms too. I still had mushrooms, so I did all that, and I'm getting back into the rhythm of it. But like when I sent you the picture, I'm like, I don't know how to cook this medium rare. Because it's definitely, I think it was. I mean, it was kind of pink in the middle, but I think it was still a little bit undercooked. I don't know, to be honest.
I think this is funny, because I feel like in my family, a lot of my family eats their steak like well done. And to me, now I'm always just like, that's kind of chewy. Like, but we're used to eating asada, and asada is so thin. It's like a different, but when you talk about a steak, I like medium to medium well. I like a little pink in the middle.
Yes.
Just because
the blandito, the blend. How do you say the blandito, the blanditoness, right?
Mm-hmm. Like it just, I don't know. But when it's well done, I'm like, this is
no.
No. But rare. So one time I went to one of my boyfriend's friends made steaks, and mine was rare. So half of the steak was like good, and then as I went more and I took a bite, and I was just like, and I chewed it, and then I was just like I can't do rare. It's a special, like, you know how like some people, I personally loved eating like poached eggs, like eggs Benedict. I like my eggs over easy. I like them kind of runny. Some people don't like that. I get it. I think it's an acquired taste with steak as well.
And how you season it. And I heard that a good quality steak, all you really need to do is just salt and pepper it.
Salt and pepper. That's it. That's all you need.
Nah, I gotta add some seasonings. Some Flavor God.
Oh, Flavor God is so good.
Oh my God.
Flavor God, when Flavor God first came out, I bought like all the seasonings.
The fire.
Very good.
Fire. And I'm also getting better at, I've always cooked, but I'm getting better at using my salt usage. So my mom was like, you use way too much salt. And then I was just dumb. I never put two and two together. Like sometimes some of the seasonings have salt in it, and I've never looked for the one that say no salt. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, you gotta add still the salt to, you know, emphasize the flavors of everything else. So I'm over making it. I remember my mom had my pinto beans one time. She was like, oh my gosh, like throw these away. How are you even eating these? Like these are getting cholesterol, high blood pressure.
Oh, you're heavy on the salt. Do you add salt?
Not like after food's made. Like if I'm eating something and I'm like, oh, how much the salt at? Nah, I'm not one of them.
So when it comes to spending on seasoning, do you like to invest and spend good money on seasonings?
Nicole, if it was up to me, I'd invest in everything good.
Yeah.
I hate getting seasonings that have citric acid in them. I hate getting seasonings that have all this BS, but they'll have the $2-3 ones.
I know.
Even seasoning's expensive. You go to Sprouts and get good seasoning, it's like $10 for the little. I'm like, yo, what?
I know. It was like $7.99. And in my mind, I was like, I could just grow the plant, dry it out. The plant costs like $3.99 or the seeds.
I swear, it's like going grocery shopping now. Like, yeah, you have those thoughts. Like, I can just start growing this or doing this.
I know. I've been buying less and less processed food. Like, I've been just making everything. Even like dressings, I'll sit there at the store and I'll just read what's in this dressing. And I'm like, if I can't pronounce it, why am I putting it in my body?
Yeah.
And I noticed the more expensive items, like I don't really eat ice cream. We eat gelato sometimes. So this gelato was like $8.99, but I had a coupon for $2 off because I do coupon. No shade in that.
Say that money.
Yeah, I was like $2 off. I was like, this is the good gelato. Where like the ingredients were like organic eggs, organic milk.
Yeah.
It was like everything I could read.
That, yeah. Yep,
it was like 5 or 6 ingredients, and I was like, this is why a little pint costs $8.99.
Yeah.
But then the cheap one, you go grab. So I grabbed like this one that was like $2.99 or something, and then I saw it had like 50 ingredients, and I'm like.
And at the end, just says contains weed and soy.
Yeah, and I'm just like, no, I don't want this. And it's like I've been trying to get in my ramen bag, you know, like making ramen. And that's tricky for the noodles. It's tricky for the noodles.
Yes.
I'm waiting for you to get back because I remember you used to post when you were making ramen and stuff like that. And I used to get inspired. So who knows? Maybe Chris X Matt will have a whole cooking Instagram and he'll become a vegan influencer.
Exactly. See, that's why I want to get back into food because I still indulge with the vegan community. Every Sunday I be at the vegan depot still, you know, eating vegan food, like birria, jackfruit and all that stuff. But the intake has my soy intake has just dropped. So like I'm not a. Well, I mean, a lot of stuff has soy in it too without you even knowing.
Yeah,
a lot of soy and a lot of tortillas sometimes have soy in them. Like
I know,
like bread has soy in it sometimes. Like everything has soy. Like you might even know. The other day I actually found labels. Exactly. But then it's just I can see how like your head can start spinning because you want your gut's telling you, okay, go eat the healthier way, go eat the way that I know I should be. But then your pockets are like, bro, you can't. Like your pockets, bro. Your pockets holding on to dear life, like dog. No,
I'm at the register. No, I'll tell you. I'll be at the register like, hold on, where we at?
You want bags? Thinking 15 cents is gonna make a difference.
Yo,
you said no.
I'll go through the Sprouts app, be like, hold on, let me see if I got an extra coupon that I need to like show you. And you know what? I will tell you what, Sprouts used to send me, or on my receipt, Sprouts would give me a $10 coupon when you spent $75. I used to get a $10 coupon like sometimes twice a month.
Mm-hmm. Don't do it no more?
Nope. I was like, what happened to this $10 coupon? Like, what? Or sometimes I will literally go into Sprouts and I will go around the whole store. Like I have my list and I set my list up based on the department. So it's like the way I go in the store is how I do my list. But sometimes I'll go through the whole store first to see what's on sale. And then I'll be like, okay, hold on, let's reevaluate because the struggle is real. Or go to the farmer's market. Go directly. Like when I went to that You Pick farm with my mom, I forget how much it was a pound for what you picking your own produce. Like we got 98 pounds of produce that day.
Wow.
And we paid under $40. And we were able to give produce to a bunch of people as like a gift. And it's like, my mom and I were just talking about going back because I was like, yeah, because
Sprouts ain't cutting it.
No.
I feel that.
Yeah, it's tough.
I feel that. But yeah, trying to make being conscious about what you're putting in your body can get overwhelming when you don't have the funds to do it. Well, honestly, that's every area. That's every aspect of life. Everything get overwhelming when you don't have the funds to do it.
This is true.
And it sucks because like that's why I care about money. Because I know what comes with having a lot of money. Yeah, I'll take the headaches all day. More money, more problems. Give me all the problems, but I'd rather have problems when I got money to handle the problems with.
Because you could pay someone to handle the problems.
Exactly. You got money, you don't feel like cleaning, have someone do that. You don't feel like anything you don't want to do, you have someone do that.
See, the beauty of having money is this. You might have an issue that someone can resolve for you and you can pay them and they're also gaining money and helping you solve your problem.
Money talks, yo.
It really does.
Money is a universal language. You show someone a $100 bill, you don't know what they'll do. Even freaky stuff. Anybody, yo, $100 bills, just money, period, yo. Like,
that just reminded me of something that came up. Because you said freaky. So there was this tweet on Twitter and this guy, I don't know who the guy was. Sometimes on Twitter, you get these random tweets and I don't know where they come up on the feed.
All the suggested ones.
Yeah, it's weird.
Everyone got suggested stuff now.
And so he was like, something about like 6 things that you should pay attention in a woman, and like red flags. Right. And one of the red flags was she's been to Dubai. Is a red flag because she probably was a toilet for some prince for 10 or 20K or whatever. So then I was really like intrigued by this because I do see a lot of influencers going to Dubai.
Right.
I personally know people who are, they live in Dubai. They were born in Dubai.
Oh, wow.
They're from Dubai. And so I find it really odd. Like, how are these young women going into this country alone? So I started doing some research and I found these articles and it was about like women who said that, yeah, for 20K,
get pooped on.
They got defecated on. One of the young women in the article said that for $35,000, she put a small creature in the rectum of some very high up individual in that country. And then that was what she got paid to do.
Yeah, I've heard of.
There was another woman who said that she got for $40,000. She got beat up, and then that's what they wanted to do was to beat her up, and she allowed herself to get beat up. So it's like money.
What would you do, Nicole?
First of all, I am nobody's toilet. Number one. Okay. If you want to pay me to talk to you, I mean,
no. That's easy.
I'm not.
That's easy.
I'm 37 years old. Maybe I will say this. I will actually share this story. When I was younger, when I had my beer blog, Beauty and Beer, there were plenty of, it's a very men-driven industry. Craft beer is
men, yeah.
Men. Mm-hmm. I was trying to break into the scene. At the time, I could outdrink a lot of people. That's not necessarily something to be proud of, but I could hold myself together.
Right.
You would be surprised how many men, is it more than one, offered to give me money
to pour beer on them.
No, to be like, and I'm talking about grown men. I'm talking
like
about
50?
men
plus?
men that were like younger than my dad. My dad's in his 60s, but younger than my dad. It's just like, you're a father too. Like, oh, like trying to be a sugar daddy, but trying to do things that I'm not trying to do. Offer to buy me a car, offer me a place to live. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
I wish I was
do
a
it.
girl sometimes.
And I've had this happen more than once. Even when I was younger, when I was sexually harassed at a job, I had a man who was married. His wife was named Nicole too. Offered to buy me a BMW, and I just had to do XYZ. He put it in my name and everything. And I was just like,
Oh, I'd be such a thotty if I was a girl.
I was just like, I have morals, I could have a lot of things if I didn't have morals, but it's just like, money makes people do things. Can you imagine being defecated on by a group of men and just being beat up for money? Like, for what?
It sounds gross, but for 40,000
and a flight.
For 40,000, I can just wash this off right after. Like, what? What? I kind of feel dumb for saying no.
I don't know. There's a whole degrading factor, but some people don't care. Some people don't care. I mean, like,
if I had money, I'd be on the other side of that. I'd be the one. I wouldn't poop on anybody, but I'd be, yeah, you want to do this for the X amount of dollars? For sure. Don't give me no money, good sister. That's all I'm saying. Don't give me money. I'm just saying, don't give me any money because I'm acting a fool.
Watch out, girls with cute feet. Oh, but look, there's a huge business of women selling their feet.
Yeah.
Feet pics. I actually know someone who she has really small feet. They're very cute. She has very small feet. Men pay her, send her money to like, oh, take a picture with your feet and like a banana.
I wish I was a girl sometimes, man.
And she'll be like, sure. Oh, send me videos of you getting your pedicure. Like,
that's why I don't understand how, if you're a woman, I do not understand how you're homeless. How you're dead broke, have nothing to your name. Well, I mean, I can see how you have nothing to your name, but
if there's a will, there's a way. Like,
no, if you got a vajayjay, there's no reason you should be broke, like, or poor. Nah,
I don't know. I mean,
hot take.
But look at how many women.
There's not too many homeless women.
There's not too many homeless women, and I mean, there are a lot of women who are sex workers in the streets. Some women who have elevated sex work, and they're not in the streets. Strip clubs. I mean,
a highly successful man can walk into a McDonald's and hit and just take the cashier with him. Like, no, I like you. I want to take you on a date. A woman that's super successful will never walk into a McDonald's and be like, yo, homie, I like you. Look, come with me. Never look into a peasant's way. But a king will always look down. We'll look in a peasant's way from time to time. We'll make you a queen. We'll make you a queen. But queens will never make somebody a king. No. They're going to go find someone that's already a king, and we're going to be royalty together already. You got me messed up. Think I'm gonna build you up.
Hot take.
And I ain't even mad about it. I ain't even mad. That's just the way. That's just the way the game is set up, man.
Money has changed the game, because what if you have no money but you're a really nice guy?
If you have no money and you're a really nice guy, good luck. Because if you have no good D either, then you're out of luck completely. As long as if you're giving them something good in bed, then they'll put up for a little bit, you know. And so they're like, okay, I had enough of you already, and yeah, you're not on your stuff anymore. I'm tired of taking care of you. You're always in my house laid up, blah blah blah. I'll be at work. You get back and you're still laying down, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's when they kick you out, and it's like it's over for you. But a dude has no problem saying, stay here, you know, I'll be back from work, you know, blah blah blah. Like,
make yourself at home.
Yeah, and come back and it's like, you're still here doing? No, like, you're just as cute. How I left you. No, I feel sorry. Man, I don't think love can work without money. Ooh, now we potting.
I don't know, because like, what if you're both in poverty and you meet?
That's like puppy love.
Is it? Or is it like codependency, do you think?
Well, how long? Oh, well, break that down. Like, if you're both in poverty. I mean, if you guys are both cool with just being in poverty forever, then I guess.
Well, what if you're... Okay, hypothetical story. Let's say you're in Mexico somewhere in a small pueblo, and you just have your little job and you meet this woman and you guys have just a simple life. See, that's where we get it twisted, because when you go to like Mexico, Nicaragua, you meet these people and you're like, okay, they don't have a lot, but they're so happy. So is it just us here in America that have...
I think that's more just so the older generation, I feel like now. I think younger generation, like if you're like 35 and down, I don't think you look at it like that.
No.
Because like you could be from like, okay, say you're 30-year-old Nicaraguense woman right now in Nicaragua, right? Okay. And you're just in your pueblo, whatever, with the man or with whoever you're engaging in life with. Yeah. But then let's just say you guys came to the U.S. to visit. Let's just say you came to visit family over here, right? Mm-hmm. And then your girl gets opened up to different men out here, and men with money. You're going back home completely different. It ain't gonna be about. Especially when you come out here and you see guys looking at you, guys trying to make the effort to talk to you, but they see your man next to you, so they're respectful. So you get a different taste of like, oh, okay, like there's more out here in the world. I think people are only complacent with their life if that's all they know and see. But because of this, we see it all. That thing nowadays is hard to just be like, I want this type of lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm not providing that life. If I'm not giving that money and providing that life for that woman, the next man will. I said this last episode when we talk about the toenails, the nails and stuff. Someone's gonna pay for them, bro. Someone is gonna not like have her not have headaches. Someone's gonna make her have it easy in life. If you're not doing that for her. Mm-hmm. Now it depends on the women. Like if she's a real one, like a rider, then it's different. She'll stick with you and she rides with you, and that kind of, I think that proves a different level of like a commitment to you too. So you start riding for her even differently. I might even motivate you to go get some money, really. But it's tricky. I don't think love works without money. I think it works temporarily, but long term, I don't think it works.
In 2022, as the term of money changes, do you yourself think that crypto is going to be the future, or you think cash is still going to reign over everything?
It's going to be, I don't know if it'll be crypto, but it'll definitely just be digital completely. I mean, we're already doing online banking. You know, everyone sends money through Zelle, Cash App. It's still USD. So I think it'll go to that first before it goes completely crypto. Mm-hmm. But until the bank figures it out, I don't think we'll go crypto. And so it's going to be regulated. All this conspiracy stuff about it going back to us, you know, being our own, that's over with. So this is funny because I wrote blockchain or chain to the block. And my whole thing is this, because when you carry cash, when you make a cash transaction, who knows about it?
You know, like now I see a lot of places of business where you go and they're like for example, in Montana, we went to this restaurant and it said, if you pay cash, it'll be cheaper.
Yeah.
Because now there's these fees associated with the cards. I mean, look at hair, like people who have their own businesses, entrepreneurs. For example, I used to have a hairstylist years ago. She didn't take cards. She didn't take checks. She only took cash. And she played the system because she made it seem like she didn't make that much money when in fact she was making a lot of money. But how are you proving it when you're doing cash?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like with crypto, it's like everything's going to be regulated. Everything's going to be seen. You could talk privacy all you want, but once it's on a digital system, you're chained to the block. Like they're going to know who you're sending money to or whatever.
And I think that's why, shout out to, what's his name? I don't know his real name, but Thor Torrens. That's what he talks about. That's why he preaches Zcash.
Yeah.
You know, all the privacy stuff and everything like that. But nah, it's true. Yeah. I mean, everyone's gonna be in your business. Like with Bitcoin, people can look up your transaction history and see like what you send money. Like that's weird.
And that's what I'm saying. Because right now you could go to the bank and you could tell the bank, oh, well, I want to pull $1,000. The bank's going to be like, oh, here you go. You could go to the strip club and throw all that $1,000 in the air like you just don't care.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, if you wanted to give the dancer crypto, it's like, oh, there you go. I
did that last time I was in Miami.
You gave Sugar too much crypto.
Whatever her name, Sugar. They try to scam me too. Not scam me like not my crypto, but I had sent her $100 in crypto, and it was supposed to be for a 10-minute dance, and then she gonna tell me like $100 more, and I look up, I didn't remember when she started dancing, so I went to look at the transaction at what time I sent it, and it was only 7 minutes, and I'm like, it's only been 7 minutes, like you trying to charge me for more? Like get out! I got mad. I was like, get out of here. I'm done with you.
You're like, I'm done with you,
strippers be funny, man. Strippers be all about their money, so I ain't even mad, but.
Yeah, they're hustlers.
And if you're just like a super, prendido guy, if you're a horneado guy, if you're always in that mood, like, yeah, they're gonna take advantage of you, bro. And they know who is about all that stuff.
Opportunity.
See, me, like, I never look at the strip club. I can't wait to have the Plática, the strip club. Because I never go to the strip club with that, like, because some men go to the strip club thinking, like, oh, I'm going to get laid. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pay for this. I'm going to do that. I never go with, like, because to me, it's kind of gross. I know most of them are clean, too. They probably take care of themselves better than, the average woman. They get checkups more. So I'm not saying, for that reason. But to me, just in my head, it's like, So I never go with that intention of sleeping with them or trying to get with them, Every time I want to go to the strip club because I want to hear my favorite music being played while I throw these dollar bills, And I've realized that I'm not a big fan of lap dances and private dances. Like I want to just see them on the pole dancing on the stage. I just want to throw money, and I want to go tell the DJ, "Yo, play this song, come back and just start throwing more money." I like doing that more than. Like in the dance, because they just be OD with it. Like, oh, send me this money. They try to be all sexy, which is cool, but I don't like. I know I'm being lied to, and I know I'm being like.
You know the game.
I know the game, so it don't turn me on. But when the ones that are on the stage just dancing, they're not trying to get at you. They're just dancing. So you just whatever you like, you just throw at. So the dancing is when they give you the personal dance, it's kind of like.
To me, it's cringy.
It's too fake. Yeah, it's too fake.
It's
like studio porn.
Yeah,
it's not amateur.
I don't know. I've been to a few strip clubs and I just enjoy the dancing and the music.
Yeah.
But other people take it at different levels with whatever they do behind the scenes. Yeah. That's their business. But yeah, Plática of strip clubs. That would be a great one in the future. Maybe that would be a Plática after dark because
I know, man. Just if you guys stay in this journey with us, I promise you, like those type of pláticas, because we're starting with easy pláticas. Like those pláticas, they're gonna come eventually. They'll get here. I actually been having thoughts too.
Patreon because
For real. I actually been
Those
having
cannot
thoughts.
be heard by everybody.
I know. I was even thinking about like the other day. I was like, "Yo, when am I gonna have the Plática about sex and like when we lost our virginities and all that stuff?" And like that gets
Patreon.
yeah, that's a good Plática. But see, like those Pláticas will get the plays too. I already know. I'm already knowing. Like the mental health one, I looked at the plays and it was already almost at 20. I'm like, see, like people like when they know it's some depressive stuff or you're going through something, so they're gonna tap in. It's corny, but that's just the way the internet game
Well,
is.
I think also too that men's mental health is not talked about in the culture.
Right. And shout out to Dennis because he really started
Shout out
crying.
to Dennis.
He got vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm listening to it. I just hate when I'm listening to it and editing it because I hate when I'm like, oh, I could have said this at this part. I could have said this at that part. I could have said this. And then even like, he's talking about mental health, and even when he's talking about it while I'm here listening to him and responding to him, I'm like, I'm attacking I'm attacking him in a way that's creating more mental health for him. Like,
oh my gosh. Do you feel like you could have been more I don't know, kind, or I don't know if the right
no,
word.
I'm kind. I think we'll get into the calentado right now, right? We'll get into the episode. I think that I don't like talking about mental health, period, because at some point, like when is it gonna be like, all right, we get it, it's mental health. Like I think people don't like. There's never a solution to it. Like how many times are you gonna keep telling us that you're going through something until you actually try to fix the root of whatever you're going through?
But there's always something happening though, because like someone was talking about grief today, and they said, "I'm glad I have the grief because at least there's still a feeling there," because they were talking about loss.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's all a process. I think sometimes you just go through great times and then there's just time. It's just.
But why talk about it? Why have a conversation about it? Like even just saying mental health is so broad, bro. Like what is it? Are you having anxiety issues today? Are you depressed today? Are you like what is it? Like don't just say mental health because that's a whole like spectrum of things. And I have my days, Nicole. And the thing is that we cry about it. Okay, we could talk about it as much as we want to talk about it, right? You can talk about it every single day if you want to. But if you're not, like, it's like the whole therapy conversation, right? Like, when are they going to let go of the hand? Like, I get going to therapy. I get going to find someone to talk to. But is it to go to therapy your whole life? Or eventually to let go of the therapist and kind of like help them guide you to solutions to help you ease the mental, health or whatever? I don't know. But I just think it's just something to keep you busy. Oh, I have my therapy session today. Being fake busy.
A filler.
Just a filler. And I'm not saying it's not serious. Like, I get that these issues exist. Like, I get because, like, just even earlier when we're talking about money can create mental health problems. You not having money can create a lot of stress in your life, can create a lot of, like you feeling worthless to people. You feeling like you're not providing enough. Like, I go through that. Mm-hmm. But okay, I can talk to you, Nicole. I can talk to you this. I can talk to you about this every single day, right? But eventually, all the advice that you give me, if I don't go make the action and go change something, then what's the point of talking about this every single day? Because you're not gonna give me $1 million and change my life, right?
Right.
So
not
that's why
who?
That's what I'm saying. Who really cares about what you're going through and how you're feeling? That's why I think all that's fake. Let me know, if you want someone to talk to. Like you, I get it. You're genuine. I'll talk to you about it. But even when I talk to you about stuff, you're not telling me like. You mostly just listen. You're not really even telling me go do this, go do that, or maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that.
Yeah, because I think that for me, just because when I was going through stuff, I just wanted somebody to listen, just to get it out, just to be like, let me get this out. And the last thing you want to hear is someone trying to tell you what to do when they don't necessarily fully comprehend what you're going through. You know what I mean? Like,
but what if I came crying to you about the same thing every single day, though?
At some point, I'd be like, we've had this conversation a few times and maybe we need to talk about some resolutions, but that's also like with therapy. It's funny you say that because I think it was great that you and Dennis did an episode on men's mental health. I think it's great. It just opens up conversations for other people to see there's, take away the stigma. but I was looking at something for my appointments, and I was sending an email to my doctor, and I saw that my therapist has been on leave for a while. She hasn't been in her office. I haven't seen her in like 2 years, but I feel good, because I found she was like very empowering and helped me. And like you said, I just didn't feel the need to like sit there and talk to her anymore, because I was kind of like, I don't have the anxiety anymore. And if I do, I know how to deal with it. I don't feel depressed. But I think that some people, something happens, you can go see your therapist and it's like a little tune-up session.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But I think that there is some codependency with therapy. But I also think it's dependent on your therapist. My therapist was very much like, okay, these are the tools. How are you going to do it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not done listening to the episode, but I really liked the dynamic. It was good to have a guest on.
Yeah.
It's funny because one of my buddies was like, sent me the reel, and he was like, question mark. I was like, I was in Montana, dude. Like,
no,
he was like,
on the episode too, I kept joking like we kicked Nicole out. Maybe she won't come back. And you haven't got there yet, but at the end, Dennis goes like, "Well, if you know Chris, you know what would be the first time."
Oh my god!
And I was like, "Wait, what do you mean?" He goes, "Overly blown season." He started just breaking it down. I started, it was a fun little ending to the show, but
yeah, I have to get to that.
Yeah, but with Dennis, like I like just just messing with him. Like I'm always down to have the conversation about mental health and all that stuff. I just get tired, not tired of it. It's just that as a man too, it's just like, okay, like no, like people don't feel sorry for you, bro. As a man, people do not feel sorry for you. It's true. So, and I don't expect people to feel sorry for me too. So sometimes even when I want to cry, I want to break down or whatever, I want to talk about it. It's like, cool, I'll talk about it to get it out of me, but that's basically it, But then tomorrow, maybe in 2 days, I might have the same sentiment again, and I'm just gonna be holding on to it. And then people don't care at the end, Nicole. If people really care, they would have been here helping me already, building this. Me, the way I cry about things, like people would help, but as a man, bruh, no one feels sorry for you because you gotta fix it yourself. You gotta turn your life around. Like no one's gonna come switch it around for you. It's different as a woman. It's sad, but it's true. But as a woman, it's a little bit different. You could be sad all you want or whatever, and a guy can just come and change your life, and you'll be happy next week. And so that's where I stand with
money,
it. Like,
I guess.
That's why I need that money. I need money, good sister, and lots of it. Lots of freaking money. I need all of it.
Oh, this is going to be the anthem for Chris when he gets all his money.
Start twerking.
Okay.
No.
You heard it here first. He will start twerking once he gets that money.
Do you still carry cash or not?
Sometimes my boyfriend is really good about that, so I try to follow.
Really, carrying cash?
Yeah.
I'm weird because I'll carry cash on me, but I still use my card.
Yep. Same. I
don't like breaking bills.
I'll be like,
but I'm actually realizing right now in the moment that I think I don't break the bills because if I do have cash, it usually stays for being weed money. I was just thinking about it. Like, I usually carry cash on me, but the only time it goes is when I have to go buy some weed.
When you have to make a cash transaction.
The only reason I'm saying this and I'm thinking about it is because the other day I had an old connect pull up, and he only takes cash. But a lot of these new people, they take the electronic payments too. So I haven't been needing to go to the bank to get money out to for the weed plugs. Everyone takes Zelle now too and everything. So it's a whole new world.
It's a whole new world. It's funny because my parents wanted to send my niece some money, and they were like, "Whoa, we can mail a check," and I was like, "It's 2020.
We can mail a check.
Let me just Venmo her mom, and you guys could just give me the cash." You know, like they're like, "How does that work?"
I know. It's so sad. Like the older generation, like my tias and tios, that like they barely like they just figured out Instagram and Facebook, right? They just figured out how to use an iPhone because they've been on flip phones or in regular phones for the most of their life. Mm-hmm. So now they're on they're not even on the newest iPhones. They're still like on the iPhone 6, but it's like a whole new thing to them.
A whole new world to them. Yeah. It's interesting though because I saw like what are the people that make the fruit cups?
The fruteros?
I saw a frutero and he had a sign on his, like a little whiteboard on his cart, and he had his little Zelle and his Cash App on there. I was like, oh wow, okay.
He had what? Oh yeah, they do have that on there too. They do. Every fruit person on the corner now has.
I was like,
Zelle number on there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. My landscaper too, you know, old school cat, you know, I always pay him, you know, in cash, $40 every month. But like my landscaper never trips on me paying him on time because I guess he just trusts me because like if 2 months go by, I'd be like, I call him like, yo, bro, I owe you money. Like, you know, I can pick it up or what. So he never worries about me trying to like one up him and like not pay him. Mm-hmm. But cause sometimes like when he first started cutting my grass, he was supposed to just come on Thursdays. And then eventually it started like him coming on Friday, him coming Wednesday. It was always just different. So I'm like, bro, I'm not going to be waiting around for you just to pay you. So when I see you and I pay you. But then the other day, I mean, like about 2 months ago, he was just like, oh, you know, if you make it easier, I have Zelle too. And I was like, oh, say less, bro. Like I have that automatic for you. I don't have to. Cause I used to hate when, you know, like a few months will go by. Cause sometimes I'll be like 3 months that I haven't paid him. So I owe him 120 by then. And I'm like, I don't want to cough up this 120 right now. Like,
yeah.
Compared to 40 that could have been.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing, but in my mind it's just
same thing, but you just see the numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. But nah, I don't carry cash like that no more. Mm-hmm. I don't even carry a wallet. I hate wallets.
Really?
I hate wallets.
So do you carry identification or anything? You just out?
I do. Like I carry my wallet, but I always leave like in the car. I just take like the debit card I'm gonna use or my ID. Like I just always just take the card with me and just leave the wallet in the car because I don't like sitting unleveled. And I don't like having my wallet in my back pocket because I keep my phone in my back pocket. So I'm cool off that. I just carry what I need and just dip. And then I recently just set up my Apple Pay. Like I've never used it so recently because I was just like, the days when I don't have my wallet on me, I can use my phone.
Yeah, I've yet to do that.
I know. I always didn't. I always avoided it. I always felt away. I always thought like, I don't know. It's tricky. Yeah.
You're like,
so convenient though. So convenient.
Yeah, of course.
Saved on everything. I just pay.
Pay.
Mm-hmm. I just saved my Target card, my red card on my phone too, so I don't even carry my. We don't need wallets no more, to be honest. Your phone's a wallet.
Yeah.
The only thing you like, how do you? Eventually, they're gonna have to make some type of like a real ID for,
to put on your phone or something.
Yeah, because that's the only thing you can't have that's electronic, right? A form of identification.
Unless they start chipping us, but that's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation that we need Nick Kingston here for.
Boop.
Oh man. All right, does money buy you happiness?
It could for sure.
Nah, it sure does. I don't care.
Yeah. He give me some money right now. I got a lotto ticket I need to check. Cause like,
yo, you could be having the worst of day and you just find a $20 bill on the floor and you're like, oh, my day's made.
That's a 20, especially.
That's a meal nowadays. That's 2 meals. Nah, maybe a meal and a half.
That's like one.
Yeah.
Good one.
Oh God. Oh God, every time I go out to eat by myself, I'm spending like 15 on myself. Every time. It's like 15, 16.
Let me get the best.
And let me get the fries too that I don't need, but I want that.
Let me get the fries.
You're a spender or a saver?
I'm a spender.
Like no matter how much you try to save, And what do you spend like money on though? Like
Food. That's my
it?
most food. Food and like, yeah. I don't even like, yeah, that's probably, and self-care. Like get my hair done. But I'm a woman, but I get my nails done, toes done, hair done.
Nails
skin.
done, hair done, everything
Everything
did. Nails done, hair done, everything did.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
Drake. Oh, got one for every situation.
Right.
What did I just ask you?
Am I
a spender or saver? I was a saver my whole life up until my parents left. Once they moved to South Carolina. Once I had to start buying my own groceries, toiletries, home appliances.
All that.
That's when I just couldn't save anymore. Like, and at the time too, I wasn't even making what I was making now at work, so I was spending way more than what I was making. All that savings that I had too just went
gone with the wind.
Down, man. I was working like 2-hour days, leaving home early, shopping. Yeah, but I guess I live paycheck to paycheck, but I still spend a lot.
And it's hard now too because everything's so expensive.
And then sometimes sometimes I'll be like, I'll throw it on the credit card. It's only because I have my stuff low now, but it's like because I know I can pay it off within a month, but it's just like, here's the $140 I'll just pay next month,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you're like, well,
like I don't need it. Like I don't need clothes. I don't need clothes no more. I don't need shoes no more. But I've also realized that I'm a retail shopper. How do you say it?
Retail therapy is your thing. You like to shop, and
I like to buy.
Are you more drawn to buying in the store or online?
Yeah,
you're it. Yeah,
I like going there. Yeah, I like going through the clothes and like, cause it's not this is not shopping to me.
Do you like to try things on?
Depends. If I already know like Levi's, for example, right? I have a certain style. I get the 512s, or how they have the numbers, right? So if I already know how those jeans fit, then I just buy my size and keep it pushing. It's more. I'm lying. Sometimes I do try on stuff because I've also realized that large ain't large all across different brands.
Yeah.
It's medium. So it's tricky. I definitely be trying it on. And I definitely tried on in the dressing room, and then I start feeling myself a little bit, and that's what makes me really want to buy it. I'm like, this looks fresh.
See, so I used to work retail. I used to work at Express.
I miss working at Polo.
I used to work the fitting room. And so I would always be like, oh, let me know if you want me to get something in another size. But there's always those shoppers who you can tell who love to just like feel the clothes, look at the clothes. And, people would come out of the fitting room and I would always be honest, like, oh, that looks great. And they'd be like, do you think I should get this? And I'm like, I would try this in another color, and I would go get it. Oh, how do you feel in this? And oh, yeah.
You're getting all the little points, huh?
All the little commission things.
At the end of the year, it's like, Nicole, here's a gift card. They used to call it Polo Bucks at Polo. He's like, here's some Polo Bucks.
Uh-huh. But I'm that type of shopper too. I love it when someone is like, oh, I think this would look great on you.
I don't like that because then I feel pressure to buying it. Don't help me. Don't help me. No. Because I feel like I'm wasting your time having you run all these sizes that I know damn well I'm not going to get nothing.
It doesn't matter. It's part of your job. I would enjoy it. Even if people didn't buy stuff, I was like, well, some time went by. I looked busy.
That's true. Because retail, you have those moments where it's just you're just folding. You're just unfolding to a fold.
Organizing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I miss, I guess, even when I was there, like I was going crazy when I was working in retail, just like buying stuff. And we had a 40% off too. So it's one of my favorite brands. Oh, it's super dangerous.
It's your favorite brand. You got to work retail where you don't like to buy anything, so you save your check.
No, like if I started working retail again, because I just want to get like a little small part-time gig again. If I do it again, I'm probably gonna do Levi's.
Nice.
I like Levi's is something. All my jeans and shorts are Levi's. Everything that I wear from the waist down is always Levi's. Since I was young, so I'm wearing Levi's right now. Polo tee. Wow, where are we wearing a polo?
Not sponsored.
Levi's and polo.
Not sponsored yet.
No, Levi's. I can see Levi's collab happening. I don't know about polo. I don't think Mr. Wentz. What's his name? Lauren Wentz. I don't think he messes with anybody.
Oh,
Anybody of color.
interesting.
But they make him the most money. But
Yeah.
but I have to learn to start saving again. It's so hard. It's so hard, especially when you want to live the lifestyle you can't afford.
That.
And that's me.
That's
Because even sometimes, Nicole, earlier we were talking about food, right? Like sometimes I tell myself, like, if I really wanted to save money, like, bro, like, struggle, top ramen, noodles every day. But the way
chicken and rice.
the way I know sodium's in that, like, I can't do that to myself.
Right.
Even
Right.
like rice. Like, I love rice, but all the time it's like, bro, you know how much like starch you're putting in?
Pesticides.
Yeah, and starch you're putting into you, bro. Like, it's just a lot. It's a lot of the same thing. That's why the other day I made the steak, and then I was like, I made the potatoes, and I was like, I'm gonna make some rice on the side. And I'm like, potatoes and rice, like same
double
thing.
starch.
Yeah, but same thing with me. It's like, so I hate that. Like, I'm more like, that's why I'm so indecisive when it comes to eating. I can never make up my mind when it comes to eating, Nicole, and it's so annoying. My mom knows it, my brother knows it, because I can't just be like, let's go eat here, because even when we go out to eat, I care where we go out to eat. I don't want to go to a Jack in the Box. I don't want to go to
Right.
none of that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go to, like, if we're gonna go out to eat, I do want to go to a restaurant. You know, I just do. And even then, you go there and it's not the healthiest of stuff, but you just know it's just better quality than fast food. It's some more what of realer food than the processed stuff you're eating.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Mm.
Nasty. You know what scares me about money though?
What?
Like getting it, having it, a lot of it. One, because I'm scared how I'm gonna start acting around people. I'm scared how I'm gonna start acting towards people. Like right now, I'm already an arrogant person. Right now, you can't tell me nothing, and I feel like with money is like, yo, don't even talk to me. Like, don't even look in my direction. if you're not a girl with pretty toes, don't even look.
Don't even look at me.
Don't even look at my Instagram.
Wow.
Nah, just kidding. But now I've been thinking about that. Like right now, it's easy to be like, I'm gonna be good with them and all, but who knows? Like, imagine when I do get the money, it's like, am I gonna want to pay the GBs? Am I gonna want to be everything? Like, because it's so hard to say what you're gonna do when you don't have it, right?
But when you have it, you don't want to lose it.
But it's a different, yeah, and it's a different story too.
Yeah.
It's a whole different story. It's a whole different story once you have it. It's so easy to say hypotheticals right now. It's so easy to say, nah, I'm gonna take care of everybody. But then when you get to that level of money, and then like, wait, after I take care of everybody, I have this much? No. No. That's when we start just turning up on the pod, and who am I gonna kick out?
Eek.
I don't know, Nicole. I don't know. Money scares me, but I need it.
But I love it.
I'll sell my soul. I ain't gonna lie.
Dang. Wow. I don't think I would. Nope.
Nah, I wouldn't.
All the Thea saying a prayer because you say you're going to sell your soul.
I can't do that. Actually, I can, I think.
I don't know.
I'm learning. I was having. I want to have the Plática eventually about morality too, because I've been having so many. I think the other day too, I was telling you like I think in order to grow any business, like morals got to be out the window.
Well, look at all these rich people. They've all stolen. Let's be real. They've all stolen ideas. They've stolen from other people. That think they got their money from being 100% straight edge?
Yeah, nah.
Not everybody. Nope.
You have to be. morals are out the window. But I think once you reach a certain level of money and status, I think you start realizing all the immorality you've done your whole life, that then your morals come into play. But then when you have that much money, you have the time to work on yourself. You have the money to do retreats. You have the money to go, anywhere and just take time away. You don't have to worry about the rat race anymore. You don't have to worry about money anymore. You don't have to worry about going to work and slaving just so you can make some money. And like, you don't have to worry about, when you have all the time in the world to figure you out, all your morals come back after that point. Then you start looking at things differently. Like, man, I should have never done that when I was younger. Now because I did that, I want to help new entrepreneurs. So that's why I've been having so many thoughts about the world, like evil, bad, all that stuff. Like, does it really matter? Does morals really play a part in like your reincarnation? Like, does all that really matter? Like, do we just die and that's it? Like, I've been having so many afterlife like thoughts, to be honest, after death thoughts. I mean, because I just like, do we care so much about being good people? Like, does that really matter at the end of the day, being a good person? Like, does it, Nicole? Like, I've been having that thought. Like, does it really matter if you're a good person? Like, yeah, we tell ourselves, yeah, because we see when we're good people, when we put good energy out there, we see that energy reciprocate back, and it blesses us. But then what about those people that are immoral and they're at the top and they don't have to worry about what we're worrying about? They're not going through the heartaches and headaches that we're going through, but they got up there not being a good person. And then it makes you start thinking about what Gary says, like the only true evil, deity is this matrix. Like, it's not like that's your real oppressor. Like, you're not supposed to win. Like, and I start thinking about it like that. Like, should I can overcome? Like, I just so many different thoughts.
So many thoughts,
about morality. To be honest,
yeah.
And when I say that, I don't mean like I can never see myself physically hurting somebody or consciously like blowing up a city or something. I just can't see myself doing stuff like that too. But like immorality, I mean like maybe lying to people, maybe being shady, maybe like not telling people everything, maybe just doing stuff behind people's backs and little stuff like that.
Partial truth.
Exactly. Like maybe moving like that. Is it that heavy on me where I don't reincarnate? Like, is that as heavy as killing somebody? As torturing somebody, like as raping somebody, like is it to that extent? So I don't know. That's coming soon though.
Stay tuned.
Okay. Before we get out of here, I want to do this juego del día before we get into palabra del día.
Okay.
I thought it was I want to lighten up the mood a little bit.
Okay.
Get away from money. Cause money's so excessive and heavy, and depending how you grew up with money, it obviously creates the perspective of how you look at, the world and stuff. So let's get away from that for right now.
Okay.
Okay, juego del día. So I saw this little thing on Instagram the other day. I thought it was pretty funny. It's basically if fortune cookies were made by Latinos, what would the quotes say? Can you do 3 quotes, Nicole, that you think you might see in a Mexican fortune cookie?
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun. In a Spanish fortune cookie.
Can I say one?
Go ahead, please.
Oh man. Échame aguas.
Échame aguas. Okay, so I'm gonna say ponte las pilas. That would be mine.
That's a good one. Eres o te haces.
Ooh. I'm trying to think like what fortune cookie. I haven't opened a fortune cookie in so long.
Así es la vida.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yo, Dennis gonna say that now. I don't know if you got to that part of the episode when he's like, no, shout out to my grandpa because he taught me the saying, and it goes like, así es la vida, and I'm like, wait. Así es la vida. He goes, I don't know anybody else that said that. And I'm like, bro, that's not a rare saying.
Oh, I have one. Para ganar, hay que perder.
Mm. Mm. I have the best one though.
Okay.
Sana colita de rana.
Hey. Can you imagine opening the fortune and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Échale ganas, mijo. Ponte las pilas. I like ponte las pilas. I've been telling people at work that. Ponte las pilas, mija.
That's funny.
Which makes no sense because putting a battery doesn't mean you're going to get the smarts, right? Like, in Spanish, when you say ponte las pilas, it's like use your brain, you know, like figure it out.
Yeah, make it happen.
But in English, it's like ponte las pilas is put the batteries. It's like, it'll correlate. I thought that was funny because the ones on the meme says like bájale a tu desmadre. I don't want to say the ones with the cuss words, but like ándale por pendejo. Mm-hmm. And then no se me qué?
I don't know. I'm looking at it and I have no idea what that word is.
Yeah. How about come chorro? Your mom would tell you that?
No.
No?
Never.
Like when your mom would make food and you're like, I don't want that. She's like, pues come chorro. She never say that? You never say that?
No.
You're lying.
I swear to you, my mom has never said that.
Maybe that's like a Mexican slang thing because it's either churro or chorro, like come churro. I think it's churro. I might be exaggerating.
If your mom told you to eat churro, like, bro.
But that makes sense, right? Like she spent the last 2 or 3 hours cooking. I'm like, I don't want that. Come chorro. Like, I don't care. I'm not making you something special. Get out of here.
Oh my goodness.
That's funny. Come chorro. Yo, the other day I seen another funny meme, right? And it was hot dogs inside like a tortilla wrapped up, and it said, oh, when your mom makes you you know how they're called glizzies?
Yeah.
When your mom makes you a glizzito. I'm trying to crack it up.
Wow.
I said, nah, glizzito sound crazy.
Wow.
Glizzito.
Yo.
That's funny. All right. Before we get up into Palabra del Día, do you know the your biggest purchase ever? What's something you spent the most money on?
Like besides financing a car?
Yeah, that's kind of a one-time purchase.
Oh, one time I bought a plane ticket. It was like last minute when my niece was born. I had to take a plane to LA.
1,000.
It's 500.
That's the most?
Yeah. I haven't spent like that I can remember. Because there were times where I spent and did not remember.
Man, I just spent $400 on the city bill yesterday.
Ouch.
The AC because no.
Struggles.
Yeah, I love summer, but I'm ready. I just hate summer because of the money.
I'm ready for fall so that we're like in that in between where you don't need the AC, you don't need the heater. You're kind of throw a hoodie on and you're good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My most expensive purchase probably is this mixer I just got.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I've been doing a lot of big purchases now I think about it. In the last few months, I bought the mixer. That was 800. I bought some shades. I spent 500 on shades.
Okay.
That's why like how saving how?
Como?
Saving how? I spend money on mixing these episodes. That every month is a big purchase. Like, it's a lot of yeah. But I'm glad I don't like jewelry. Maybe because I don't have money, and maybe when I do get it, I might
It's
be
gonna
like,
be icy.
So I say. Okay. Palabra del día. Ready?
Palabra del día. Go ahead.
Una palabra del día. Es una palabra del día. Okay, so if you guys didn't tune into the 2 episodes ago, we decided that every other week, me and Nicole and I will be rotating. Palabra del Dia. 1 week she'll come in with one that I don't know about. 1 week I'll come in with one that she doesn't know about. This week is my turn. I picked the word. I think I have a good word.
Ooh.
I think I have a good word. If you get it right away, I'll be like, damn, Mom.
Oh, your mom helped you? Cool.
That was no help.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so today's Palabra del Dia is... I should have been more prepared. Hold on. Okay. I think you'll know this. Sabiduría.
Sabiduría. I feel like that's a song, too. That came from a song.
I mean, every word can be a song title. So yeah, sure.
Sabiduría. Which translates to, I don't know what it... Sabiduría.
Just guess. Take a guess, Mija.
I'm like, use it in a sentence. You know, like when kids go to the spelling bee and they're like, what is the word? And they're like, can you use it in a sentence?
We should start doing spelling stuff like that too, though.
I know.
That'd be cool.
Is it a verb? A noun?
It's a noun. A noun's a thing, right? Yeah, it's a noun.
Isn't it like isn't it like your smart intelligence or your something? I can't think of the word.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
You're like
it's knowledge.
Or like wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom, knowledge. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what song I was thinking of, but I was like,
let me use it in context, you know.
Okay, please.
Las personas mayores con su sabiduría. I hate that I talk so fast because I be...
Sabiduría.
Sabiduría. Los mayores con su sabiduría. La gente mayor con la sabiduría que tienen ganan más dinero.
Oh.
I don't know. That was so ugly. I hate tongue twisty words like that.
There's a lot of...
I'm pocho. That's why
You had me so just cracking up how you put when Dennis was talking, you were like speaking in pocho. I was like, shade.
I can understand him. I knew what he was saying.
I knew what he was saying too.
But it just sounded so pocho that I was just like, I gotta start speaking pocho.
Shade.
And I literally just said a Spanish sentence before that too.
I know.
I was like, la salud de la mente de los hombres.
He was like, sí, así.
Así, sí. Sí.
I love you, Dennis. You rock.
In the beginning of the episode, he's like, sí, señor.
I know.
I can make it sound
sí,
cool.
señor ski.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
I caught it when I was editing. He was like, sí, señor ski. I was like, wait, what? Oh, shout out to good brother Dennis, man. That was funny.
Shout out to you, Dennis.
But that was our palabra del día. Es una palabra del día. Okay, good sister. Before we get out of here, I want to end it with one last question.
One last question, which is...
It's a very common saying. Everyone feels like this about it. Maybe even people with money feel like this about this saying. Is money the root of all evil?
Yes.
I would have to agree.
Yes. All these wars is because of something, because of money, because of goods.
Pandemic, money. Everything is about money.
Everything.
That's
My
why.
My abuelita used to say, no money, no honey.
That's a fortune cookie thing. No money, no honey.
That's how she would say it too. It was so cute, like with her accent.
Yeah, women know, man. Since the beginning of time, man. You got no money, get up out my way. You ain't making my life easier. I don't need you in my life. Money definitely is the root of all evil. I agree. And I guess I'm evil then because I need that. Okay. We're about to get out of here, good sister.
Yes. Great episode.
Muchas gracias a todos que están aquí con nosotros. La plática de money, de dinero, episode 15. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any last words?
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Sorry No Lo Siento. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share our content. We appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Hasta la próxima.
And be on the lookout for that next episode of Healing with Nicole.
Hey.
Coming soon. Can't wait till we can start talking about doing 2 pods. Like the feeling of doing two different.
Oh yeah,
2 different worlds.
And look out for the challenge for Chris to post the poll on his Instagram.
Well, we'll leave you guys there, man. Sorry, no lo siento. Adios.
Adios.